Hello, everybody. It's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. That's right, I'm knocking them out of the park. This time, I'm reviewing Atomic Heart. This game was developed by Mundfish and published by Focus Interactive Entertainment, and just released on February 21st of 2023 for the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. As far as I know, they do not have a Nintendo Switch version for this, but they sure seem to have it for just about every system imaginable. Now, what exactly is Atomic Heart's plot? Well, here's my short plot synopsis to give you an idea. Welcome to a utopian world of wonders and perfection, in which humans live in harmony with their loyal and fervent robots. Well, that's how it used to be. With the launch of the latest robot control system mere days away, only a tragic accident or a global conspiracy could disrupt it. The unstoppable course of technology, along with secret experiments, have brought rise to mutant creatures, terrifying machines, and superpowered robots. Now, that's just a brief synopsis of the game, but as you can see right here from the clips you're watching, the first thing that pops into your head without a shadow of a doubt is this is heavily flavored after games like Fallout. Obviously, to me, it came off as BioShock Infinite. I'm sorry, because the overall plot of like Russia actually winning World War II and them getting all the technology to where they have robots and cybernetics and nanobots and all this other stuff, which led to an alternate future. Like I said, it's got some flavors of Fallout to it and some of the level designs. It's definitely got BioShock aspects. The visuals of it remind me of BioShock Infinite. Also, it's got some really neat alternate history takes on stuff, which reminds me of Wolfenstein. So that's really the best way to describe this game as a whole, is it's a first-person shooter, hack and slasher, where you get powers. You have your little nanobot robot hand that you can use to gather items and solve puzzles. Now, one thing I will have to say is at first the enemies were rather creepy in this, but after a while they just got just boring, okay? Because there's just so many times you got these robot guys attacking you, and it's just a hindrance at that point. You know, shooting them down, hacking and slashing them, using your powers to rip them apart and looting them. I understand that's the basic premise of the game, but it felt a little clunky to me. It felt like the gunplay was a lot better, but the actual like melee attacks, I just really didn't like. It just didn't really thrill my interest. That and some of the controls, while the game looks great and the story's interesting and the characters are well developed and everything, it just comes off as having a little bit of like issues with it. There's some graphical issues, especially with creatures in the background that glitch out with their animation. It plays a little clunky, but it's not that bad. I mean, he moves fast, but I will say, honestly, I hate the main character in this. He's another one of these characters that just does not know when to shut up. Every 2 seconds, he's talking about stuff. And I wouldn't have a problem with it, but he's always like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm awesome. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. You need to shut the hell up. I know what I'm doing. And it just comes off as ear grating and like he's super cocky, which I get, but I don't know. And the thing is it just me? But since this is in Russia, why does it bother me that they all have perfectly English accents? I would love to hear somebody with a slight Russian accent, or maybe some different voice actors. But in this, having just perfect English speaking characters, it seems out of place with this. It really does. Now, the level designs actually are quite well done. They're superb. The graphics are really nice to look at. The monsters and enemies, the robots, are just fantastic. The amount of details on them and the boss battles that you go through are fun, and they're very intriguing, and it's got a lot of eye candy in this. It definitely has a fantastic visual aesthetic to this game, and it's pretty gory too. You got a lot of gore, a lot of slashing, a lot of people being brutally murdered, a lot of sexual innuendos as well, which is kind of odd, but I guess it kind of makes sense. I guess they were trying to go for like an awesome, cool principal, main character. But to me, it's just, I hate to say it, I thought Booker was better in BioShock Infinite. I'm not saying the game was better. I'm saying I liked the character of Booker better. This guy, I mean, not as bad as Forspoken, definitely not, but he's up there. He's up there in the annoying class. And it's just my own personal opinion. I'm sure, a lot of people, you can just get past it. Now, one of the cooler features of it is this little nanobot hand he has, which you can use to collect items and stuff. Like, instead of having to look through every single box, you can just mash the button and this thing will just open all the drawers and suck all the items to you. And this is how you get your items to upgrade your character, your weapons and stuff like that as you progress through. So that's cool. The visual aesthetic, hands down, is the best part. The plot and the story overall, honestly, I really do like, though it is very cutscene heavy. It's cutscene heavy, and it just comes off as, like I said, feeling a little bit janky. It's totally playable. I don't know, there's just something about it. Now, and the other thing is the addition of puzzles. Now, don't get me wrong, I love having puzzles in a game, just not this often. And my God, I'll give them credit for variety of the puzzles. Just about every puzzle you come to is a different variety of puzzle. One will be one where you have to basically turn dials to get the lasers to match up the right color. Another will be you have to pick nodes in a certain order. Another is like you have to press buttons when certain lights light up. So in terms of variety of the puzzles, of these locks you have to get through, is impressive, and I do like that, but it's just too damn many of them. And this game suffers from the fact that it's a somewhat nice outdoor open world that you can go through that has these different areas that you go off to explore through. So the whole game isn't giant and open. It's a pretty large chunk you can explore, and as you go through, there's these areas you go to that have different missions that you go through with areas, buildings and stuff like that. And like I said, that's the aspect that comes off almost like Fallout to me. It's not a giant open world, but it's big enough and it's quite visually appealing. The enemies do get annoying rather fast. Now, the overall length of this game, it's a pretty decent length for a game. You're looking about maybe 25, 30 hours or so to get through this. You could go through it faster, but that seemed to be about the average for me to beat it. And if you do everything, it can take way longer. There's a lot of collectibles, other items you can do, a lot of other side missions you can do, other characters you meet along the way, and that could definitely bump it up way past the 30-hour mark easily. But it took me about maybe 25 to 27 hours to get through this. And like I said, it's playable and it's nice looking. And I think the main thing that really sets it off is its visual aesthetic. The fact that this is like a modern day new imagining of what Russia would be if they won World War II and got technology with nanobots and robots and how they basically go nuts like BioShock. I mean, it has some nice ideas in it. It really does. And it's pretty decent polish, even though there are some issues with some glitches here and there. But like I said, the melee to me just came off as just boring and ho-hum. The gunplay was better. Can I recommend Atomic Heart? Yeah, I actually can, even though the price is $70 for the PS5 version and $60 for the regular versions. It's not a bad game. It does. But to me, playing it, the only thing I can feel is it's like a Russian hodgepodge of BioShock, Wolfenstein, and Fallout, all mixed together. But that's not a bad thing, really. But that's just my own personal opinion. Leave yours in the comments below if you feel there's anything I left out of this review, anything that you want to call me out on, anything you suggest or not. Leave your comments below and I'll answer each and every single one of them. And remember, here at Devil Dog Gaming, we always end our videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details and not in the nanobots. Ooh, yeah.